Hello. I thought I would share with you very quickly what I was able to find for Brandon Urie's performance of the Panic at the Disco hit, which everybody should know. I write sins, not tragedies. This is very interesting to figure out, and I found out two things. Number one was the tuning. It's definitely different. I knew it was different because I was trying to tune to an F sharp, and it wasn't exactly at an F sharp. So I was like, well, this is kind of weird. There's it's slightly higher, I think, than an actual F sharp on the A string. So I tried to find it that way, and I was looking at Brandon's hands and how he was playing, and I was like, oh, okay, so I'm starting to understand that it's not exactly 100% in tune. And that's very important because it tells us two things. It tells us either Brandon Urie purposely tuned it to that weird sort of tuning using a tuner, which is unlikely, but it's possible. Or the more likely thing, which is, the Occam's razor kind of idea, is that maybe he just didn't have a tuner and he just happened to be like, I'm just going to tune to that note, which makes more sense to me if you're going to be playing at a radio show and you're just like, let me get the acoustic out. It's like, okay, la la la, and he's like singing whatever, vocalizing, and he doesn't, and that's very important to understand, is that when push comes to shove and you're doing like a solo acoustic performance, it doesn't really matter what tuning you're using if you're exactly in tune, as long as the guitar is in tune to itself and you are singing in tune with the guitar. Once you have other instruments involved, like a bass, another guitar, piano, and all that, you have to be dead on, really. Especially with piano, you cannot retune a piano. You kind of have to be as good as you can get on guitar, really. So that brings us into what I found. So there's a tab on here that not only tells you the tuning, it basically tabbed out the entire song, which is great. So I'm just going to play little parts of it so that way you get an idea of what it's going to sound like. Very quickly, so the tuning is C sharp, F sharp, B, E, G sharp, C sharp. So really everything is in C sharp standard tuning. So tune the lowest string to C sharp and then go from there. And so again, C sharp, F sharp, B, E, G sharp, C sharp. And the idea here is, again, it's not 100% dead on in tune. It's going to be slightly higher. And that's very important to point out, because if you tune exactly to C sharp, it's going to be out of tune. Okay? So just be aware of that. Tune instead to, there's going to be a little link that I'll post in my Reddit post here. And it's just going to be, that's what I use to tune the guitar to. And it's pretty much dead on with how it sounds with Brandon's guitar. Okay? And then there's what was I going to say? Oh yeah, that's right. So this is all tabbed out, and it's got a few of the chords on here and everything. In fact, the chords are all here, and I don't think there's anything missing. It's pretty straightforward. And we are using open chords here. So we're going to be using A minor. It looks like this. A minor shape. And then we can use that going upward 2 frets. Sounds like that. Or like this. And then we have a regular old like F bar chord kind of thing. Right. So it's not really radical here because the guitar is still in standard tuning. So if you really wanted to, you could use all your open chords. Right. And that's a really cool trick to kind of, if you're going to be doing a song live or something, let me just tune to what fits my voice right now. Okay, done deal. Anyway, enough talking. Let me play a little bit of it. So here's the intro. etc., etc. And then we have the bridge section goes like this. Right? And again, all of this is in the tab. The only thing I am going to go over really quick is that intro on how I'm doing this. Because I feel like it would be very helpful. So first thing I want you to do is play an A minor chord. So 2nd fret of the D string. So I'm just going to use normal naming conventions here. So pretend like we are in standard tuning, E standard, even though we're not. Just pretend, okay? Just makes it easier. So the D string 2nd fret, G string 2nd fret, and the B string 1st fret. So these are the strings we're playing here. And we're playing from the A string downward to the high E, like that. And what I want you to do is lift off the 1st fret of the B. So that way you only have your ring finger and your middle finger kind of here fretting the 2nd fret of the D and the G. And what I want you to do is play the open A and then use your pinky to hammer on the 3rd fret. And when you do that, at the same time, press down on the 1st fret of the B. So it looks like this. And then lift off that 1st fret of the B string. So very slow. So it's kind of like a 1, 2, 3. Just like pretend you're listening to the song, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? That kind of idea. So and for more dramatic effect, what you can do is palm mute some of this. Right? So that's really the only thing I kind of wanted to go over, because it's just a very... just, you know, whatever. So that's a pretty interesting little cool trick if you ever want to get into doing your own music and you want to make it different. Just change the guitar tuning to a different tuning in standard and use open chords, and it sounds really cool. You know, you don't have to worry about doing bar chords as much. You can use... sorry. I'm kind of tired and it's kind of late. But you don't have to worry too much about using bar chords as much. You can use these open chord voicings and it sounds really cool. So I'm going to send you the link. I'll post it in the Reddit thing or in the comment post when I reply. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Hope this helps you out. Have a good one.